Hey guys, quick heads up, the audio in this video has low static since I was recording outdoors, but the message is solid, so stick with me. Thank you. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, we got some connected. What's up guys? My name's Zachary Cox, and this is CryptoZ here in Rising Park, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what cryptocurrency is and what it's really about. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all heard of it, and we got the notebook out here to share some of my thoughts. So let's get into it. Kind of like to give a tip of every episode when we start, so let's kind of get into that. What I like to do when buying, watching coin, every time a coin triples in value, I like to sell my third, so I'm really only playing with the profit of said coin, whatever that may be. I don't have that headache or worry that one day, sorry guys, I'm getting a call right now. Let's pause. Testing. I think we are recording. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call from the pro shop in the fields. Kind of jump back into it. I don't remember where I was, but to continue, crypto podcasts. Shout out this week. The Blockworks, Bankless, Never Die, and Good Game. These are all, I recommend Good Game for beginners, especially if you're trying to learn what cryptocurrency and really any kind of money organization. If you have a problem with money, and necessarily all these podcasts will lead you to naturally just be better with money, and then that will lead into a better life in general. But to kind of get into it, if you haven't heard about cryptocurrency before or seen people talk about like their gains online from just sitting at home on a laptop a few minutes a day trading and all that, but we're not going to get into that right now. We're going to talk about names like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or maybe even Dogecoin, meme coins. If you've heard of those, yes. There's plenty more, but they're all called cryptocurrencies. Most people buy them as investments. The ideal goal is to keep above the yearly inflation rate. And what that means is the yearly inflation rate is 6%. And you putting it into just a regular checking or savings account, yeah, you may get pennies on the dollar yearly and stuff, but you're staying under that 6% yearly projection of what inflation's going to be. But when you're investing with, say, crypto or stocks or whatever you get into, you're not only staying above that, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Be smart with your investments, and when I say that, I mean these coins, yes, you can stay above that, and this would be a great outlet for savings or investing. I'm sorry. But they have to be trusted coins. If you're trying to make it big, though, quick, that starts with meme coins. It can start with anything, day trading. But I'm getting off course. It's a great investment opportunity, but you have to make sure you believe, do your research, look into these coins, look into whatever you're investing your money into, because it may be a short-term outlet for a great income, or you could be thinking long-term. It's just as long as you are doing something with your money and you're doing your research, that leads to better habits and a better life in general. But to kind of continue, I'm looking at my notes here. to kind of wrap this up, but let me say one more thing. Instead of your money depreciating in a regular debit savings account or checking or savings, whatever it may be, you have opportunity to invest in the future of currency. And what that means is paper money is a dying currency, but silver, gold, crypto, stocks, these are different currencies that we can use all over the world, not just America. And you're really just investing in the world and our investment kind of future, what we may be capable of. And it's really, really cool to watch and see unfold lifetime. Getting into what else it may pertain, getting into trading, buying, long-term investing. You gotta think of crypto and its coin. In the early days of the internet, most people didn't get it, and those learned first got the biggest opportunities. And I saw this on the Blockwords podcast, and they go into this, and there's levels to this. There really is. So let's break it down. Think of crypto and its coins as the early days of the internet. Most people didn't get it, and those who learned first got the biggest opportunities. And that kind of goes into how bad did you want it back then and now. Like, there's still opportunity now, but with AI and advances, everybody's going to get into it. There's no such thing as free money, but there is money out there that you can chase, and it's easy once you learn this trading, buying, just being smart with what you are doing with your money. Right now, it may not be pennies. There are plenty of coins and stocks that you can buy and will pop off, but they are unicorns. But you can learn these strategics and make thousands, 10,000s, hundreds of thousands of dollars so soon. It's crazy, and you can escape your 9 to 5 or whatever job you may be doing. But this is important. You have to keep strategies and a base foundation, and I'm going to share with you what I plan and am actively doing. I take my money each week and I put in a certain amount each week, and that alone, that action, damn it, and I'll jump back in here. Great view. It is, let's see, 5 o'clock in the afternoon from Lancaster, Ohio. Kind of get back into this. We talked about crypto as almost a good way to kind of connect what crypto is. It's not free money because there's a set amount, and it's a great currency because you can't print more like what we do with paper money and kind of what inflation has been pushed on the American dollar and USD over the years. I mean, currency like Bitcoin can be compared to like gold and silver because it's limited, it's mined, and it's valuable. And it's valuable because of its scarcity. People do put the value on a lot of these things, the cryptos and whatever it may be. But there is a set amount, and that's what makes this crypto such a cool thing, because you can make so much money if you just set your time and efforts into it. Going to go into the psychology of holding versus panic selling. The average people and investors can only get the average results in return. And what that means really is that people will watch these politicians and not really get into what crypto is, and they won't do their own research. And where that starts to fall on you, yeah, you may make some quick money real quick, but you don't know why those politicians or influencers bought in at that time. You don't know when they're going to sell. And that unpredictability really just makes it hard. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. That kind of investing makes you average. There's always an average of when it goes low, people are going to sell. But as an outlier, you have to be an outlier to make any kind of money in crypto. So when it drops, I'm buying. I'm happy. It's like, this is great. I can buy more of it. But when it goes up, people are on a euphoria high and they're like, oh, I'm never, it's going to the moon. But you have to really just be careful with that. And you have to watch it and see where it goes, because people will get greedy and you won't make any money at that point. And that kind of wraps us back into the holding versus panic selling idea. I'm going to look at our bullet point notes. The average will always sell. That's when you have the chance to see real results varying between coins by buying the dip. So I like to watch the coins, and whenever it may get low, everybody's panicking. They're like, oh, it's never coming back. But it is. And those are the average people, and that's why you have to be an outlier to make any money in crypto. And it's really important stuff. Good Game Podcast really dives into this, and it's really cool. Go check them out. They're on Spotify. Vice versa, when it goes to the moon and everybody's getting in on it, you, the outliers, sell your third. Really, strategy. It comes down to strategy, and you're just playing a profit. So you don't have to worry about it. Now, that doesn't mean just leave it, because that's where everybody goes wrong. You have to watch it. Sell when you need to. Borrow against banks. That's a big idea when it comes to crypto. People are like, oh, I'm going to make all this money on crypto and then just cash out. Well, no. You have to pay transaction fees to those wallets, those crypto wallets, those apps, Coinbase, whatever it may be. But Coinbase makes it really cool with Bitcoin. You can borrow against whatever crypto you may have. And that goes with stocks. You can go to banks and borrow against that. And what that means is, say I have 100 million, or more for those big numbers. Say I have 10 million in my Coinbase or whatever crypto wallet I may choose. I go to the bank and I say, I want to withdraw cash, USD, into my account at whatever exchange rate that may be. So you set a really liquidation amount with that bank. And so if that stock starts to drop or that Bitcoin starts to drop, they sell, liquidate everything, and you're pretty much screwed on whatever that is. But at that same time, you're not playing with your money. You're playing with the bank's money. You are playing with your own money, but you really have to dig deep into it, and that's where I go into. There's levels to this. It really takes a thinker to do this, but it's not hard. If you really sit down with yourself and think, I want to improve myself, and I want to be the best version of myself. That starts with, your spiritual journey, your kind of financial journey, whatever makes you feel driven. And that's what this kind of find does for me. But yeah, with that, we're going to wrap up for today. Again, I really appreciate you watch. And this pilot episode, many more to come. I'm going to try to come out with a new episode every week or every 2 weeks. But I do fiber optic drilling, so it's hard to kind of keep up with editing and things like that. But I really enjoy this, and I know it will keep me on track as a successful young man to keep up with whatever charts and trends that these cryptos and stocks may throw at us. So until next time, have a great one. Have a great week. Stay blessed.